Good morning to one and all. How are you? Hope you are doing well over there. So, good morning, friends. My name is Vijay Chapani. So, today we are going to study geography. Okay, in that we are going to discuss a very interesting and important topic, and the name of the topic is economics. Okay, introduction to economics. So, what we are going to study? Why economics? So, let us discuss some important points that we are going to study. The first is introduction to economics. Then what is economics? What is economy? Types of economy, factors affecting an economy, and function of an economy. Okay. So the first important point is introduction to economics. So what is economics? Before that, introduction to economics. Why we are discussing economics, why it is important in our life, in our daily life, why it is important from country point of view, our professional point of view, our day-to-day life. So that's why in geography, introduction to economics is very interesting and important topic. So before moving, what are the important terms or why economics? We are going to discuss some uh, story or some reason, okay, why we are going to discuss economics. So that's why the first important point we are going to discuss is introduction to economics. Okay, so there are few important terms we should know, we should understand their meaning. They are seem to be small, okay, but they have very important advantage or weightage or importance in terms of economics. So first is income. Okay, my dear students, okay, income. We use income on a daily basis. The term income. Okay, so the basics in a simple words, in a simple way, how we can define income? So the money earned by a person. Okay, the money earned by a person or by individual by doing work or business, or we can say income is a form of benefit received for work performed. Income is the process of earning money. So income, what someone you have heard something, or in a daily, in a everyday life, source of income. What is your source of income? What is your father's source of income? Okay, your income status. Okay, how much money you earn. Okay, so income means in money earned is called as income in terms of economics. So the money earned by an person or individual by doing work, any work, okay, any job, type of job, okay, or business, any type of business, whether it is service business or manufacturing business, or you have a store, okay, online business. Okay, so we can say income is a form of benefit received for work performed. Income is the process of earning money. So income, the term income means the process of earning money. How we earn money? By doing some work. And when we do work, we get money in the form of output, because we have done our work by putting our effort, by putting our time, by putting our potential in it. That's why the whole process is called, the whole process of earning money, of doing work. See, doing work and then earning money is the output of that process. So earning money means income. Then expenditure, the act of spending money or amount of money that is spent. Oh, after earning money, we have all have basic needs. Okay, food, clothes, shelter, or everyday needs. Okay, today the basic need is our mobile, internet. Okay, so expenditure means how we spend money for our basic needs and want. Okay, first was income. Income means by doing work we get money. That's the whole process is called income. Then expenditure means how we spend money for our daily needs and want. Okay, then family finance. Okay, finance, it means the way in which family can earn money, save money, and use money to take advantage of goods and services. So family finance means the total income of family. Okay, the total income of family. Okay, in which family earn money, save money, and use money. Means earn money, then spend money. Spend money means expenditure, and use money means expenditure, and save also. Okay, save, then spend, and then earn. Okay, so family finance means the total income of family. Okay, it starts from earning money, saving money, and using money for their daily needs and want. Then scarce resources. Okay, scarcity. You may have heard the term scarcity. Means resources. Resources means, see, source. Source means way. Okay, some way. What is your income source? Income source means how you earn money, which type of work you do. Okay, that's why source means the way. Resource means recycle. Okay, resource using on a using repeatedly. Okay, a basic meaning. So scarce resources means those are limited in supply than in demand. So that those are limited. Limited means those are in restricted. Okay, they are going to end. Those are limited. Okay, means that we can't use on a large basis, because we all have, our country have huge demand, but resources are in a very restricted way, in a restricted amount. So we can't fulfill all the demand. So the resources that are in scarce means scarcity, those are in limited. Such resources are called scarce resources. Okay, demand exists than supply. Demand is more and supply is limited. Demand is unlimited and supply is limited. So such resources are called scarce resources, means scarcity. Then economic management. Okay, economic, the management of resources, income, and expenditure of a family or business enterprise. Okay, economic management. So the management means how to manage, earning money, saving money, using money. It all connected to management. How we manage, how we use our money to satisfy our basic needs and want. Okay, how family use money in order to fulfill their need, or living a very comfortable life according to their income source. So the management of resources, the management of resources, see, resources are in limited. Okay, demand is more, supply is limit, in a limited. So how to manage resources, in what way we can balance supply and demand. Okay, then income and expenditure, income also and expenditure also. Okay, how much we earn and how much we spend, there should be some management. Okay, of a family. Okay, or business enterprise. Business enterprise means someone has business. So the business enterprise have to manage the resources, then the income of business, how much they earn, and expenditure, in order to balance their business, in order to balance family economic condition. Economic condition means it totally connected to income and expenditure. Means how much we earn and how much we spend. And resources means source through which we can earn money, we can do our business, we can take up a job, we can fulfill our daily needs and want. Okay, then resources. Okay, resource is a physical product, okay, that human needs and value, such as land, air and water. Resources, land, air and water. Okay, these are natural resources. They give us, they satisfy our basic needs and want. Okay, it is a physical product. Okay, there are two types of resources: renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources are natural, that can replenish themselves over time. Replenish over time means taking rebirth again. Okay, either through human management. Okay, they can be born again. The non-renewable resources that cannot be recycled or born again. Okay, and now we are actually on the topic of what is economics. So our topic was what is introduction to economics. So we have learned important term that are very crucial, that are very means very a basic, a base, a foundation of economics. We have discussed income, we have discussed expenditure, we have discussed family income, okay, resources, natural resources, okay, renewable resources, non-renewable resources, scarcity, okay, family finance. Now actually we are going to study what is economics. So economics is the study of how people use limited resources to satisfy their needs and want. Okay, so economics is the study of actually how people, surrounding people, you, me, everyone, how use limited resources, because resources are in a limited way. Okay, supply, the supply is in limit. Okay, to satisfy their needs and want. People needs and want are unlimited and resources are in limited way. So economics is the study, economic study how people manage to use the resources, limited resources, okay, in order to satisfy their unlimited needs and want. Their human needs and want are unlimited and in huge number. And resources, we have to use resource very carefully. We have to manage resource in a very critical way, because they are in limited, they are in limited number. So economics actually study how people manage to use resources to satisfy their own needs and want. Okay, so first was clear. Then moving to second point, economics studied the idea that resources are limited. Okay, see, while human wants are unlimited, and this result in allocation of resources. Okay, so the next important point, see, as we have discussed, economics study how people manage to use resources in order to satisfy their needs and want. Okay, then economics study the idea that resources are uh, in limited way. Okay, in a limited way, and while human wants, needs and want are limited, this result in allocation of resources. Allocation of resources means they have to use resources. Okay, allocation means location of resources, means where to use resources, which resources should we use, which needs and wants are very important, prioritizing our needs and want, using resources in a very careful way. So allocation of resources means to put resources in a very suitable position. Okay, then as resources are limited, so it leads to scarcity. We have learned scarcity means limited number of resources because demand are exceeds than supply. So, and how individual businesses and government made choices to use limited resources for own needs and want. Then the important term, family finance, which consists of family income, expenditure, family income, the whole family income, okay, and expenditure means how families spend their money, and hence management of family finance, management of family finance. Okay, carefully understand this statement. Family finances, which consist of family income, okay, how they earn money or process of earning money of complete family, and then expenditure means how they spend money, and hence management of family in finances is mainly connected to income and expenditure. This give birth to economics. Okay, so economics actually study the management of family finances, how family manage their whole income and expenditure. Okay, and this give birth to economics. So economics actually study the pattern of income and expenditure, the process of income and expenditure, the management of family finances, and family finances give birth to economics. Okay, now understand. So the word economics comes from the Greek word oikonomia. Okay, it's come from oikonomia. This word in turn is derived from the two Greek words okis meaning household and nomos means meaning management. Therefore, oikonomia means household management. Okay, household management means family management. So actually, the word economics come from the Greek word oikonomia, and the that oikonomia has divided into two, come from two part, means okis means household means family, and nomos means management, the family management, the management of family finance. Economics deals with how to use resources like time, money, labor, and land effectively. Resources play important role to satisfy infinite needs of the people. Okay, so as we have we have previously discussed, economics deals with how to use resources, using resources in a very critical way with very careful mind, how to locate resources, prioritizing our work also, prioritizing our needs and what type, what needs and wants are important, we have to decide first. Okay, so to use resources like time, how we use our time, money, labors means workers, land, okay, land effectively. Resources play important role to satisfy infinite needs of the people because needs of peoples are infinite. Okay, demand is more than supply, and supply means resources. So we have to use these resources effectively. That's why allocation of resources are very important. According to Leonie Robbins, defined economics as a study of human behavior. First, human what what does Leonie Robbins define economics? According to him, he says economics is the study of human behavior. Human behavior, why? Because human behavior means he work, he earn money, and he spend money. His spending pattern, okay, how much he earn and how much he spent, it's totally depend on his behavior. Okay, how, in what way he spent, it actually depend on his behavior. Okay, there are basic needs and wants also, but beyond that basic needs and want, he's he spent money. So it's actually a human behavior, his behavior. Okay, so the relationship between ends and scarce means and the alternative use of resources. Robbins defines the relationship between ends, which is human want, and desire, which are unlimited, and means that is scarce resources. So according to Robbins, economics is the study of human behavior, means the relationship between ends and scarce means, okay, the scarcity, how he use resources, how he manage his family income, how he in his expenditure, his spending pattern, as desires are unlimited and resources are in limited. So Adam Smith is known as the father of economics. Economics holds a paramount importance, means a huge importance in social development of humans. Why economics holds a very big strong foundation in social development of humans? Because economics study tells the human behavior, their income, their spending pattern, how they use their resources. That's why it's develop social development of humans. Social, how they spend money, how they earn money, okay, which type of work they want to do, how they use resources, how resources play an important role in their life. So economics play a very important role, okay, in terms of finance, family, finance, okay, money. Economics is an important social subject. We use economics on a large scale in agriculture, trade, finance, administration, and in our daily life. So economics is an important social subject. Okay, it is not only restricted to certain field. It is social subject, as human is a social animal. Okay, then we use economics on a large scale in agriculture also, in trade also, in finance also, in administration. Administration means rules and regulation in our daily life. Okay, so economics gives idea about management of income and expenditure. Okay, in a simple term.